M1 Global presents.
My name is Chris Kalidas. My opponent is Sergey Kuliev. Short notice, change of opponent, but I'm excited for the event and for the fight. Sergey, I appreciate you taking the fight, and I'm looking forward to the great entertaining battle.
Всем привет, меня зовут Сергей Клюев, я представляю клуб Сочи Стар «Львиное сердце». Мой соперник Крис Каладес хорошо борется. Думаю, покажем хороший зрелищный бой. Крис, давай закатим рубку.
В синем крейже спортсмен из Канады по прозвищу «Греческий убийца». Встречайте, Крис Каладес!
Grappling base that will take everything Kuliev thinks he knows about the fight game and turn it on his head. Here he is, Chris Kaladas.
Спортсмен в красном крейже представляет Российскую Федерацию, клубы «Львиное сердце» и «Сочи Стар». Встречайте, Сергей Клюев!
Anything can happen in MMA, and I know I didn't quite make the weight, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put this guy away and show why I deserve to have the reputation of being an M1, and he In any case, the fight will go on. Here he is, Sergey Kuliev.
M1 Global TV. Watch the best fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an M1 challenge bout in the bantamweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 37 years old. He weighed in at 61 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a record of 12 wins and 4 losses. He is veteran of multiple North American MMA promotions. Representing Canada, please welcome Chris the Greek Assassin Kalades. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 19 years old. He weighed in at 61.9 kilograms. He stands 174 centimeters tall and has a record of 6 wins with only 1 loss. He is winner of the City MMA Championship, representing Lionheart Team and Sochi Star Team, Sergey Kluyev. And your referee for this bout, Marco Brusen.
Red corner, blue corner. Both know the rules. Listen to my command. Protect yourself all times. Make it a good match. Shake hands if you want. Step back to your corner.
With Marco Brusen in charge, we are in the bantamweight division for experience versus youth. In the blue corner, Chris Kalades from Canada at 37. Sergey Kluyev from Russia in Sochi, just 19. Machine, hard to believe it. Kalades was competing as a pro before Kluyev was a teenager.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, Kluyev is one unbelievably talented teenager. You know, if I saw this on the paper, never knew what Kluyev was like, I would have thought, wow, 19, going up against such an accomplished fighter like Kalades. But no, I've seen him fight, and he is absolutely awesome.
Nice check there from Kluyev. Kalades diving there for the low takedown, getting that ankle pick, holding on for dear life.
Needs to be careful. We saw this against the heavyweights. That's the difference, though. Kalades knew what he was doing and switched to the double.
Kalades now fighting at 135. We saw him actually at 125 last fight. It was an exciting performance. He got outworked. He said tonight it'll be different.
Yeah, the thing is, when you cut so much weight as well, I've always said there's a story behind every fight. You know, people cut weight, they get tired, they come in here. You can't see the tiredness in them, and they don't perform as well as they should, and everybody thinks, oh, well, he got beat by the better man. Not necessarily. Maybe beat by the better man because he was tired, because he cut weight too much. Oh, this is a nice tight triangle. The leg is not over the top, though. He needs to tighten that up. Needs to put his left leg over it, and he does.
Kalades trying to find some evasion maneuvers here, but he's caught in that triangle. Difficult to see how deep. Kluyev trying to TP up his legs. Kalades trying to shrug those legs to the side with his shoulder, but a precarious place to be 90 seconds in.
You could try and switch to armbar here. He is up against the ropes, but he's fine now. Past the side control. And we've had the pleasure of watching Kluyev add submissions to his arsenal. And we've thought, wow, this guy is slick. But look, Kalades.
Kalades searching for one hook, gets the grapevine, triangles up his legs. He's got options here. He could work to the twister. He's looking for that twister machine.
He's got to get his arm underneath, though. He's got to get his left arm underneath the head and twist it that way.
Looking to pull a Sergey Karatanov is Sergey Kluyev right now. We saw that one in M1 almost 18 months ago. Battle in the mountains last year. Couldn't get it.
Nice balance, though, by Kalades. This is the experience of the Canadian. Moves from one position to the other. He can feel it before it happens. A lot of people actually fall off that position. Don't ride the body. He's rode the body well, and now he's got the back.
And now swapping to the body triangle, right side up. Getting the lock there on top. More pressure. Kluyev trying to find some respite here and slow things down. It was fun to see him try that cheeky ankle lock, though, on Kalades, but Kalades didn't let go. He's trying it again here, it looks like. Can't quite get it.
He's going to try and switch the body lock. Oh, nice turn. Beautiful work by the teenager.
Well, the 19-year-old Sergey Kluyev now on top. And Kalates throws up a high guard looking for something.
They try and trap that on. Kluyev pulls out.
Oh, big punches there from
Big
Kluyev.
hammer fist as well. Kalates has actually cut underneath his right eye on triangle attempt.
Up go the legs here from Kalates, trying to return the favor and catch a triangle. Now maybe going omoplata, a little bit too shallow. Kluyev drags his arms out and punches down.
Big punches. Well, Kalates knows he can't stay on his back against this teenager. And this is what he's going to do. He's going to turn, come out the back door.
Kalates looking for a stand-up. Kluyev, the choke on his mind. Controlling nicely with that overhook. He's got a couple of options here. Will he go for that Darsto machine?
Yes, he's going for it now. Good. You spotted that. Kalates jumps to the side. It's going to be hard to apply now.
The fun thing about this fight is both guys are going for those submissions and taking risks. Can Kluyev close the show here? Just over 30 seconds.
High-level submission guys. Over to Mount, needs to watch his balance.
Kalates, it looks to be, has some breathing room here. He's doing the right thing and freeing up some space.
Yeah,
circling.
he's got to stay on side. If he doesn't stay side, he gets caught in... Oh, he's out now. The blood is everywhere as well. It's going to be hard, very hard, not to slip away from the face. Very easy to put in a rear naked now because of the blood.
What a round.
Well, I'm just looking up there as Chris walks back to his corner to see how bad the cut is, but it's hard to tell because there's blood everywhere.
So, Ian, that was a very intriguing one. Both guys we saw in action at M1 93 in Chelyabinsk. Kalates got the loss. Spectacular submission from Kluyev, but both guys showing off why they are awesome grapplers for MMA.
Well, this weight definitely suits Kalates because he is moving a lot better. And like you say, the kid's only 19 years old. But to be honest, he is well ahead of his age in the terms of skill.
Yeah, hard to think he's only been in MMA not even quite 4 years, but I mentioned it during the walkouts. He found martial arts, and that turned his life around. He found purpose, he found direction, and right now he's hanging with a guy who's competed at the top of the heap.
Well, to be honest, I never had the skill this kid's got because he's super skilled more than I ever was. But I was in the UFC in less than a year. So it all depends on how well you pick things up as well. And the most thing, it's how much do you want it? And I know this kid wants it.
So 2 of us scheduled, 3 here on tap in Kazan at the Basket Arena. Chris Hoekstra alongside Ian the Machine Freeman. 5 more minutes on the clock. Kalates in the blue corner, Kluyev in the red. Big overhand right there from Kalates.
Yeah, hitting the back of the ear. Kluyev is ready with that uppercut.
Kalates
Shoots for the single.
Yeah, going right
Switches
for that
again.
takedown.
Needs to come around the back, otherwise he's going to be in trouble.
Take your hand up. Take your hand up.
Now, if Kalates can get him down again, what's he got to do to stay out of trouble? Because he was in some bad places.
Oh, nice work. Takes the back. Well, this is beautiful work by Kalates. Taking him down and going straight into the rear mount position.
Is the key for Kalates just to be the aggressor and keep putting pressure on?
Well, the thing is he can't stay in one place too long because this is what happened the last time he took the back and he got turned into. It was the same when he was on side control. He actually managed to escape from there. This young kid, Kluyev, actually, where I was just watching there, Chris, sorry, he's got his ankles crossed again, Kalates, he needs to be careful. And again he turns into him. Again he turns. That's what I'm saying. You can't stay too long in the same position with Kluyev because he can feel you out. He knows how to escape everywhere.
Yeah, it was intriguing. He almost went for that little ankle lock and then he moved.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I tell my guys. When you go for a submission, it's not always to add the submission, it's to better your position.
So Kalates getting a little bit of a warning there to avoid the ropes in the rage. Dealing with a ring and a cage combined, so you kind of get both aspects. But Kalates now put down.
He had all the guillotine, but he wasn't in the guard, so it was going to be very hard to apply. Kalidas actually needs this fight. He wasn't happy with his loss. He said when he comes back today, he's going to prove that he deserves to be here in M1. And there you go. What a beautiful escape.
Super technical as well. Lifted him up with the butterfly hooks and popped out the back.
He had a nice cradle position. Now in top. Needs to watch for those up kicks.
Nearing the midway point of round 2. Leg control here for Kalidas. A very calculated performance from both guys, but action-packed as well.
Trying to pass, needs to watch that triangle. Needs to watch that triangle. Needs to pass, there we go.
Kalidas looking to pressure pass, couple of hammer fists. Kluyev attempts the scramble. Nice float here from Kalidas. Kluyev tries to roll through, can't quite get it. Back
look
take
at the way
again.
he's riding that body. That's beautiful work. Chris Kalidas is just moving with every turn. This is not something you can do in a fight. This is hours and hours and weeks and months in the gym, training hard and moving well when your opponent moves. Now into side control. Kluyev seems to have settled a little bit. Doesn't want to settle too much though.
Well, it's been such a fast-paced fight machine. We've hardly had a chance to talk about the numbers. Kalidas, it would seem, is more comfortable going the distance, 3 hard rounds. Kluyev, well, 5 submissions, 1 KO, 6 wins.
Yeah, so he might tire in the third. He may, but he's young, he's athletic. But this is great positioning now by Kalidas. Needs to keep his weight down a little bit, hips a little bit high. You keep your hips high against somebody like Kluyev, he will escape.
Kalidas staying busy here, 60 seconds in round 2.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking this round now, Chris. Very close in round 1. I didn't even want to pick.
Yeah, you said that. Both guys hit each other, took each other down, attacked with the back.
But it does look like Kluyev is settling a little bit, not moving as well from back position. Maybe the fatigue is setting in, but who can blame him? What an awesome fight it's been so far. Very fast action pace.
You also have to ask the influence of a bad weight cut. I mean, if he was struggling with weight coming in on short notice, that could pay dividends if you go deep.
Like I say, there's a story behind every fight. Whether it's a good story or a bad story, there's always a story behind every fight. Why they won, why they lost, why they didn't perform so good. Toe lock.
Yeah, Kalidas thinking about that toe hold, 10-second clapper.
Now we can afford to go for this submission. He can afford to go for it. He can afford to go for the armbar. You got nothing to lose.
Kalidas falling back, looking for something. That is the end of 10 minutes of competition.
Well, you've got to give that round to Chris Kalidas. Beautiful work, total domination at the second half of the round, keeping Kluyev flat on his back. Kluyev seems to be dwindling just a little bit.
Well, as the corners go to work, you're watching the M1 selection on the road to the main card. We go live very shortly for 5 feature fights headlined by Rubenelton Pereira and Roman Bagatov for 5 5-minute rounds. The M1 lightweight title at stake. Chris Hoekstra alongside Ian the Machine Freeman. Ian, some great action here, but Kalidas able to get the back again and able to stay on top and really work Kluyev. It's been a grinding pace.
It's been absolutely awesome. We've mentioned it about 3 or 4 times already. 19 years old for Sergey Kluyev.
So Marco Brewerson overseeing things. Final 5 minutes, could be tied up. Everything to play for here in Kazan.
Yeah, 19 years old. I hadn't even seen the inside of a gym. Never mind a professional fighter. Seriously. Yeah, Kluyev looks as if he's backing off just a little bit.
Kalidas mouth wide open, needs a 1-2.
Yeah, Kalidas can feel it as well. He can sense the fact he's tiring. Big right hand. And a beautiful takedown into the guard.
Oh, what a gorgeous right hand there from Kalidas, setting up that takedown. Kluyev didn't even know what hit him. Posture here from Kalates, shutting down the hips of Kluyev. Up go the legs from Sergey Kluyev. You have to think no matter the outcome, it's a fight that Kluyev is going to learn an awful lot from at just 19.
Oh, without a doubt, because sometimes, I mean, obviously you could say, oh, he looks tired. Sometimes it's the experience of going through a war as well. You know, the first time you've gone through a 3-round unbelievable war where you've took punishment and gave punishment, that's when you know you're a fighter. Not when you win with certain knockouts and quick finishes and quick submissions. You go through a 3-round war with somebody who wants to win just as much as you do. That is what determines a fighter or not.
Especially when you're a submission guy against a technical grappler like Kalates. I mean, that back take there, really smooth, used the instep, threatened the mount, and then went back to the back. Kalates is just looking in good form here against a dangerous guy.
Yeah, and the way Kalates just moves around the body, he rides the body beautifully. Again, he's locked that bottom half of the leg up, the bottom half of the hip up. It looks like he could try and set up a twist there, not now. But that is the setup for it. He's going to turn into him. Going to take the back though. Kalates needs to scrimp out. Kalates cannot afford to relax here. He has to move. He's got to shrimp out.
I was going to say cheers from the fans here. They're really appreciating this back and forth technical exchange. Both guys getting ascendancy.
Oh, great work by Chris Kalates. Onto the mount as well.
Big punches here from Kalates.
Kluyev, what little energy he had left, looks like it's just gone now.
Right hand continues to come down. Now the left from Kalates, looking to try to close this one out and finish Sergey Kluyev.
Oh, good balance again, taking the back beautifully.
Under 2 minutes to go here. Sergey Kluyev in survival mode. Chris Kalates controlling, working the back, forcing the mounts, changing positions.
Again, he turns beautifully. But look at the way that Chris Kalates just rolls with their body and takes the back again. Now he's flattened out. This is big, big trouble now for Kluyev. He needs to keep him flat. As soon as he gets up on his arms, he needs to pull him down again. But turning round so that he's mounted is Kluyev. The referee's watching very close. Again, moving around that body, keeping the hooks in.
Marco Bruerson, a careful eye here as Kalates continues to wear down Kluyev. Mount to back to mount to back.
Oh, look at the way he moves, man. That is just, you know what? That is sexual. That is beautiful. That is how you move around the body of your opponent.
Hey, man, that's the art in mixed martial arts.
Wow, beautiful. Some people think he's just moving around. He's not just moving around. He feels the body move. As soon as he feels it's not in the right position, he turns. Just like that, in the arm triangle. Great work by Chris Kalates. Jumping to side control.
He's got that head and arm choke on machine. It looks deep.
He's got 30 seconds to finish it. He's only got one arm now, two.
Kluyev on the phone. He's trying to defend your machine. Can he do it?
He's got to drop the hips. Drop the hips. There we go. The hips are down. Keep them down. Keep the pressure on that shoulder. Goes back to mount position. Now he's going to punch him. Realized it didn't work. He's quite happy. Quite happy to punch it out for the last 5 seconds.
Chris Kalates, seconds to go here on the clock. Maintains top control. Goes for the armbar.
On the bell.
Hey.
Well, I take my hat off to Sergey Kluyev, 19 years old, who's just went with a veteran. But the veteran knows he's won it. His hand is in the air. He's happy with that performance. Beautiful work by Chris Kalates, the Greek assassin.
Well, Chris Kalates came into this one 12-4, looking to get that 13th win. The Greek assassin is back in M1. And what a fight it was between Sergey Kluyev and Chris Kalates. Kluyev showing lots of heart, showing skill, showing an ability to control positions. But in the end, it seems that it was Kalates' night. Kluyev distraught, Kolotis tired. A picture is worth 1,000 words here. Well, we'll get the results in momentarily here in the M1 selection. And we'll send things right to the ring to Ian the Machine Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, Chris the Greek Assassin Kolotis.
Chris Kolotis victorious here in Kazan. The Canadian now 2-1 in M1. The Greek Assassin is back in business, and he gets it done across 3 hard-fought rounds against Sergey Kluyev. We mentioned it in the walkouts. It's a story as old as time in the fight game. The old gunslinger versus the new kid on the block. Tons of talent for Sergey Kluyev, the 19-year-old sensation coming off a highlight reel submission win the last time around at M1 Challenge 93. But Chris Kolotis, unsuccessful in M1 93, had other ideas tonight. Back and forth they went on the mat, submission for submission, position for position. But Chris Kolotis was able to get the ascendancy, dictate the pace, and maintain control from the top to the back. Kluyev, resilient, tough, showed heart, but Chris Kolotis had supreme technical awareness, was able to maintain control, and most importantly, outlast and wear down Kluyev. Both guys went for submissions, both guys kept an entertaining, exhausting pace, but Kolotis able to get the unanimous decision nod across 3 hard-fought rounds and gets the W tonight at the M1 Challenge 97.